Hello everybody, welcome back. This is a personal YouTube reading that my client is a male who had purchased this reading wanting to know more about his skill set. Is he on the right path? What does he need to enhance? Things like that. This is more like a self-discovery type of reading. And if you're interested in a YouTube reading to answer a specific question, it is available in my Etsy shop. If you go to mysticjenn.com, you will be redirected automatically to my Etsy shop. This reading is available there. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get his cards shuffled up. I'm going to lay out his cards, and I will go through each one. I came up with a customized spread, which I do this quite often. Depending on your situation, what would be the best spread for you? Sometimes it's just a general Celtic cross. Other times I create a spread. And that is exactly what I've done here. I'm going to lay it out in a 9-card box. But each card has its own question. Okay. So, and it might be on an angle because in my previous video about the Project Bluebeam and the drones, I've let you know that I am over to the right of the camera, and it's just, I can't concentrate when I'm trying to reach around the camera. So this works best for me. Okay, so let's just kind of see what comes up. Self-discovery, and I always use fictitious names. My favorite's using Jack or Jill, so we will call him Jack. Okay, my client Jack, what is it that Jack needs to know towards his self-discovery? Okay, let's take a look. We're almost done shuffling. I did a little bit of a pre-shuffle ahead of time. I just don't feel quite ready. We're almost there. We are almost there. One more shuffle. There we go. Okay. And I'll lay them all upright. We've got the world and the star opening up right away with two major arcanas and the Five of Swords. Three of Swords. I'm already getting the image, sweetheart, that you are your own worst enemy. That through your own self-doubt, your lack of confidence is casting a shadow over the star that you were meant to be. Ace of Cups, Eight of Wands, Queen of Wands. Now there's more to your story than meets the eye. There's a female here. Nine of Wands and the Death card. That's your exiting card. Okay. Underneath the deck, there's the self-doubt, the negative talk, the devil. That could also be being too tied to materialistic things. Maybe money is tight. We shall see. But let's go ahead and get through these card by card. So, underlying issue, as I said, excuse me, it kind of reflects on attachments, negative attachments, unhealthy attachments. And you might need to confront certain fears and dependencies, whether this is external from you or internal. It's like you limit your freedom or your growth. And breaking free of this devil energy, the key thing here would be being aware of it. That's the first thing. It's like no more denying it. I sometimes pick up, and please take this in the right way, okay? Don't take this wrong, because I say this out of love. But I get that sometimes when something goes wrong, you may point the finger in a different direction instead of with yourself of what you can do to change your situation and circumstances, okay? There's a need here to look at self. And as I was meditating on you and your reading I was about to do, I feel more like this is a reading that is leaning towards self-discovery, okay? Like discovering your strengths, your weaknesses, obstacles, things like that, of course. But I feel there's a more internal work that really needs to be done here. Okay, let's start from the top up here with the world. Now, the world card represents your core self. Okay, let me move this devil out of the way. We want him far out of the way. This is your core self. This is you're somebody who seeks accomplishments. You're looking for a sense of fulfillment, something that makes you whole. And that's what I'm saying. He wants to come back into the picture. I got to listen to Spirit. That's why this came up under the bottom as an underlying theme. Looking for validation outside of yourself and gauging your success on other people's opinions when you need to trust yourself, okay? And you're coming across as somebody who most likely thrives on learning and evolving and trying to integrate all aspects of life in order to make you feel whole. And I am seeing a couple troublesome cards here. You know, that if one area of your life is out of balance, it throws you completely off kilter. And there is definitely a need for balance here. Okay? But your core self is completing tasks and having a sense of accomplishment. And I feel being recognized by the outside world, when you need to recognize yourself first. Okay? Now, card number 2, these are your strengths. And it is the Star card. It's like your greatest strength is your ability to inspire hope and healing, both in yourself and others. You have a strength about healing from heartbreak, 3 of Swords, and a sense of compassion for those around you. I would not be surprised if you are an empath, because that's the energy I'm picking up. That you feel that you are an empath. You're empathetic towards others. You feel other people's emotions. You absorb other people's energy. And sometimes to your detriment. 5 of Swords, the Devil here, 3 of Swords. Okay. You have this natural connection to spirituality. And the people around you, you bring a very calming and uplifting presence to them. Okay? There's something about your personality that kind of gives others a sense of hope, if that makes sense. Okay. Now, card number 3 is your weakness. That is the 5 of Swords. Now, sometimes to me, the 5 of Swords could be a bully, but I'm not feeling that bully energy. Other times it comes up as my shoot yourself in the foot card. Okay? At times, you might struggle with conflicts, and it doesn't matter if it's an internal conflict, like something conflicting with your personal belief system, or confrontations from other people that challenge you in some way. Oh, that's not good. Man came off of my wand. That's like putting an exclamation point on it. That is very key. I think, or what I'm feeling is lack of acceptance from certain people is a challenge for you. And are you somebody who's been bullied? This is where the bullying aspect is coming up to me, for me. Taunted, made fun of, or something like that, whether it's for your intelligence or your compassion or what you believe. There's something here, and it's almost like an obstacle for you. And you may have a tendency to focus on winning at all costs sometimes, even to your own detriment, or dwelling on past disagreements, and that might be holding you back as well. Letting go of resentment and avoiding unnecessary confrontations will help. It's almost like when somebody starts bullying you, kind of brush it off. Be a duck and let it roll down your back and just flick it all off and keep moving on. Don't sit there and engage with these negative people. Devil card's coming up. It is related to that as well. Negative people. Now, your life purpose is this card. And if anybody knows anything about tarot, and I think you do, I feel you do know a little bit about the cards. You're going to be like, what? 3 of Swords, life purpose? What the hell? No pun intended. When the 3 of Swords shows up as a life purpose, I see the rain. And the rain is like a cleansing heartbreak and pain. It's a healing rain. Yes, there's clouds. Yes, there's a storm. But the storms pass. You know, weather changes. And my guides are saying, or your guides, or what's happening is, okay, I say this all the time. I scry my crystal ball over there in the corner. And I see two groups of spiritual beings conversing with each other. One group is telling the other group something, that other group is telling me. So it's your guides conversing with my guides, and my guides conveying the message. Okay? That's what's going on right now. And it's a very peaceful conversation, but very serious conversation that I'm seeing and hearing. I'm hearing kind of like mumbles, and then my guides come shining through to me in my ear. Okay? And with your life purpose, it's like your purpose involves healing from heartbreak and pain. This is probably, they're telling me, past life related. Something you didn't heal from in your past life, or a lesson. Going back to this Five of Swords, carrying the past with you, holding on to negativity, and not cutting off negative people or avoiding them. I feel like there's a lesson here. I know you were asking about your purpose and stuff like that. I hope this is making sense of what direction you need to go. But I feel like before you can move forward, you need to deal with this. Okay? But it's not just healing yourself. That's where it begins. But then Eight of Wands suggests it expands. You move forward and you help others to heal as well through overcoming the challenges that you have. Those challenges gives you the potential to guide others through similar struggles or turning pain into wisdom. So, that was straight from my guides, because I don't talk like, that's not normal everyday talk. But it's as if, I'm not sure what kind of field of work you're into. I don't know if you're into holistic healing, spiritual work, or counselor. I don't know if you're a counselor or something like that, counseling people. That's just kind of what I'm picking up. And I am buzzing right now, and I got the ringing in my ears. This has been happening a lot lately when I get into something heavy like this. And the center card is about how do you harness your strengths through love. That includes self-love and the love for humanity. Definitely avoiding those negative Nellies. As far as, or not allowing those negative Nellies to affect you on such a deep level. There almost feels like with this Nine of Wands that you need to put up a little bit of a barrier. Guard yourself. Spiritual protection, so to speak. But this Ace of Cups, excuse me, is to lean into emotional renewal and love, focus on cultivating and creating compassion, creativity, and focusing on your spiritual growth. You're being encouraged to open your heart to new experiences, new relationships, and to allow your innate ability to inspire and to flourish. Man, you guys, your guides really have a language that's very, very beautiful, actually. And it almost sounds like a song or poem, poetry, or something like that. Let me know if you can. You can comment here. You can send me a message on Etsy if there's some kind of creative writing or poetry or something like that, songwriting or something with. Are you musically inclined? Music seems to be playing. I'm hearing a lot of music, harmonious music. Seems to be a very strong presence here. Now, the sixth card is about how to harness, or not a harness, but how to overcome this weakness up here, this Five of Swords. Now, the Eight of Wands is typically a very fast-moving card. It is the second fastest action-packed card in the deck, next to the Chariot. Okay? It is also a card of travel and a card of communication. But how this is playing out is to address the conflicts and the self-doubt. This is also about self-doubt. I opened with self-doubt, right? To address that, this is about taking decisive action and embracing the momentum. You need to communicate clearly and avoid procrastination. You just got to do it. You got to stop thinking about it. You got to stop wishing and dreaming. And you need to keep things moving. You can sidestep unnecessary overthinking and emotional stagnation. This is not avoid getting stuck in your head and these conflicts that you have going on that you're having trouble dealing with, that the cards are suggesting you need to heal from. Stop letting that keep you stuck or frozen in time. I feel like you have a lot of ambition, a lot of fire energy here. But I must say, in your main spread, the element that's missing is earth. We've got water, we've got air, we've got fire. We don't have earth. But the Devil card is Capricorn, practicality, restrictions, Saturn energy, earth energy. With the lack of earth here, also tells me a lack of grounding. Needing to plant your feet on solid ground. And you could ground yourself through meditation. But not limit your beliefs. Your thoughts really hold you back a lot. You get stuck in your head. You overthink things instead of trusting in yourself. Okay. Now moving forward. Okay, obstacles. This is about overcoming obstacles that come in your way. Now this is coming across as the Queen of Wands. It is a feminine energy. And remember, this is about grounding oneself. And I said about balance. There's a lot of balance between the water, air, and fire here. But there's a lack of the earth. And I guess what I'm getting at is, as souls, as human beings, as souls, every human being has masculine energy and they also have feminine energy. You know, and this is feeling like the feminine side coming out. And this Queen of Wands is telling me that you have a deep reservoir of resilience. You have, and how to overcome these obstacles is stepping into your own confidence, your own leadership abilities. And we've already touched on this a little bit. I said you have a lot of doubt in your own abilities. You have a lot of doubt in your direction. And I feel that there's people that bully you and put you down, that challenge you. And that creates conflicts within yourself as well. And this Queen of Wands is telling you to face those challenges with self-confidence and self-assurance and determination. Maybe even thinking outside the box in a creative way on dealing with your environment. And trust in your charisma and your resourcefulness will help you tackle these challenges head on. No avoiding, no running away. You may have been in a place of feeling like you wanted to give up, that you're never going to accomplish anything. Honey, I'm here to tell you that you've already accomplished a lot, that you're just not recognizing because you're looking in the wrong place for validation. You need to look within yourself, your own soul. Screw what anybody else says. You don't need their validation. They're not walking in your shoes. You are. Okay? And card 8, this is your hidden potential. Again, you're going to say, why is the 9 of Wands there for a hidden potential? Who wants that as their potential? Let me explain why. Because you have this sense of resilience, and it goes deep. And a very vast supply of resilience and perseverance. I could see that you've been through a lot. Okay? And you've come through on the other side. And even when you feel battle-worn, you can push through challenges and come out stronger. This energy in this card, it shows that you are capable of incredible endurance and fortitude. It's like you get knocked down. By the way, these are knighting each other. When And it challenges you to the core when you get knocked down. But you do get back up. And there's another element here about not repeating history, but releasing it. This is also my insanity card. The definition, in the Webster Dictionary, basically, it's doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results. The death card right next to it is saying you need to abandon old ways of handling things, doing things, and do something different. Okay? And that's what the guidance is stating here. This last card is your guidance. Now, you notice I don't have an outcome card. The reason is that if you implement change and you implement and take on some of this advice, that outcome card would change. You know, it would be two different separate outcomes that if you take this reading and think, oh, you're full of shit, and not do anything or make any changes, you'd have one outcome. If you make changes, you'll have another outcome. And then there's other variables in between. In this self-discovery type of reading, which your question truly spoke to me, and my guide says, well, this is a reading, this is somebody looking for, who's trying to discover themselves. There's no outcome, because the outcome is totally dependent on you, on your decisions, and releasing certain ideologies and certain self-perception. Excuse me. But this death card is like embrace transformation and endings. And I think that you have a trouble with endings, particularly in the relationship department. And when I said that you've got other things going on here, I'm wondering if you made an exit out of a relationship recently. Recently could be in the last few months or the last year. Maybe it's not recent, but an exit or an ending to a relationship that left you feeling incomplete, that maybe you didn't have closure to, that you need to heal from, it's an attachment of the past that has also been holding you back. But you need to let go of what no longer serves you, and that is essential for you to move forward. And by releasing old patterns, beliefs, relationships, you make room for new beginnings and personal growth. And basically, you're on a path of integration and mastery, but underlying fears or attachments may hinder your progress. So you kind of need to reflect on areas where you feel stuck or bound. Devil energy. Okay? And you need to use your emotional depth and ability to connect with others to inspire and heal. Trust in your heart to guide you, and avoid lingering in conflicts or negativity. Focus on clear communication, swift decisions, and forward momentum. You have the strength and the confidence. That confidence is there. It may be buried. Sometimes you don't feel it, but you do. It's there. Gaining that strength and confidence to face any challenge, and trust in your resilience and your creativity to turn obstacles into stepping stones. And let go of the old to welcome in the new. Embrace the transformation as a powerful opportunity for growth and renewal. And, and with this Devil card, reflect on that. Identify where you might feel restricted and take small, actionable steps to reclaim your power. Embrace the energy of death. Ooh, this wand is just coming apart. Maybe you feel like you're falling apart sometimes. But embrace that energy. You may try journaling about what needs to end in your life to make you, and what needs to go in order to make that room for that personal growth, that spiritual growth. And tap into that Ace of Cups. And by prioritizing your self-care, nurturing relationships, and creative pursuits. But self-care is extremely, extremely important. Put an exclamation point on that one, honey. And then take inspiration from the Queen of Wands and assert yourself and lead with confidence, knowing you have the strength to persevere. Nine of Wands. So, we're already half an hour in. I was going to draw, maybe I'll draw a couple Oracle cards, but I don't think it's necessary. I think this reading pretty much nailed it. But I will pull a couple oracles for some final thoughts from your guides. Oh, I shit you not. I shit you not. I just saw this. The next card out was the Page of Cups. That's self-discovery. That's putting an exclamation point on this reading. And the Page of Pentacles, learning. Learning from these experiences on your road to self-discovery and letting go of the stuff that's not serving you. So that, I'm walking the deck right now, so that you can move forward. And you can accomplish your dreams, your desires, your destiny with success. Wow, your guides are talking to you, honey. Your guides are talking to you. Okay. And they're saying, isn't that enough? Well, we'll get just a couple oracles, just for some final thoughts. Yeah. Yeah, this is a perfect summary, actually. Because you've got this deception, this warning. There's negative people around you, a snake. Okay? That's a Five of Swords. I think that's somebody that you may have been in a relationship with, romantic or otherwise, and you feel like you've been deceived. But I think they're deceiving you, causing you to deceive yourself, setting in that self-doubt. Nutrition, adjustment. This is making adjustments in your life to let go of that self-deception, that self-doubt. And when you do that, you'll be able to charge ahead with success. So I hope this reading helped you. I hope it made sense. And I'm going to leave it there. And I will see you next time.